Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, another wonderful evening we have here ahead of us. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, another wonderful evening we have here ahead of us from Canlan Ice Arena in West Dundee, Illinois. Alex Tatum with you and the NIU Huskies. Welcome to all who are tuning in with us on this Saturday evening and our unfortunate last home game of the season. So it's going to be the last time joining with you guys, tuning in here with us on YouTube Live. We got a great game here ahead of us. Being our last home game of the season, we got senior night tonight for the Huskies. We're going to be getting going with that here pretty soon in a second. On top of that, Huskies had a great win yesterday, winning 6-4. We were up 6-2 up until about the last 30 seconds. We let up a little bit more than we should have, and they got a quick 2 goals. But hopefully we can change that today and carry on our win. So tonight I'm going to start with your seniors, give you guys a little spiel about them and each individual senior. And tonight we're going to start with Drake Diesel Gieske. We're in number 3 tonight. Drake's from Ottawa, Minnesota. Over his 4 years with Husky, he was primarily a defenseman, but has jumped up into a wing possession for this season. During his time at Northern Illinois, Drake used his strength and toughness to help shut down opponents while establishing a position in front of the net on the offensive side. Drake serves as one of the board members of the NIU Hockey Club as well. And his favorite memory is scoring his first goal and the excitement of his teammates when they finally noticed he scored. After graduation, Drake plans on finding a job in the medical field, either in Illinois or his home state, Minnesota. Tonight, Drake Gieske is joined by his parents, Jeff and Nikki Gieske, and his brother, Trevor. Following him up next, we got number 6, Nicholas Gonzalez Sr. Nicholas is from Harbor City, California. During his 4 seasons with the Huskies, he has played center. And during his time at Northern Illinois, Nicholas established himself as a premier forward, playing in all facets of the game, including the power play and the penalty kill. His favorite NIU hockey memory was defeating Maryville his freshman year. After graduation, Nicholas plans to pursue his master's degree in athletic training. And tonight, Nicholas is joined by his parents, Juan and Aaron Gonzalez, and his sister, Brianna. Next up, senior, number 9, Hunter Wall. Hunter is from Casco, Michigan, and during his 4 years with the Huskies, Hunter has played left wing. During his time at Northern Illinois, Hunter has been an integral part of the team's offense and power play, while also being a leader on and off the ice, serving as a board member for the club. Hunter's favorite NIU hockey memory was beating Illinois State University on their teddy bear toss night. And after graduation, he plans to pursue a job in sales and plans to merge that into a sports marketing position after a few years. And so we got all the guys up here lining up. We do have Hunter Wall hopping off now. Zooming in a little bit more for you guys so you can see the players a little bit better. Tonight, Hunter Wall is joined by his parents, Don and Carrie Wall, and his brother Logan, and his grandmother Cheryl, and last but not least, his girlfriend Emma Cruz. Now, number 18, Hunter Pierce, coming all the way from Fairbanks, Alaska. During his 3 seasons, he played center and wing on occasion. He scored a key game-winning goal this season in this team's first win of the year, and should add some offensive strength as well as being a great defensive forward for the rest of the season. Hunter's favorite memory in NIU hockey is, obviously, of course, hanging with the boys. After graduation, he plans on working as a financial advisor. And tonight, he is joined by his parents, Russell and Cheryl Pierce, and his girlfriend, Autumn. Coming up next, we got Colin Bry, wearing number 24 tonight, our next senior. And Colin is from Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. He has played 4 seasons for the Husky as a defenseman. In his years here at Northern, Colin has been a key component to the Huskies' defense. And Colin's favorite Northern Illinois University's hockey memory was suiting up for his first college hockey game. Colin will graduate in a degree in sports management and will pursue a higher level position at Sand Valley Golf Resort. And tonight he is joined by his parents, Troy and Joy Bry. Coming up next, you got to wear number 43, Randy Apter. Randy is from Orland Park, Illinois, and during his first 3 seasons with the Huskies, he has played forward. While at Northern Illinois, Randy has been one of the team's strongest penalty killers and defensive forwards while contributing timely goals on the offensive side. His favorite NIU memory was always the bus trips to the away games. After graduation, Randy plans to get a job and starting to coach hockey. And tonight, Randy is joined by his parents, Robert and Cynthia, after. And last but not least, number 86, senior Austin Walney. Austin is from Chesterfield, Michigan. During his 3 seasons with the Huskies, Austin has played both left and right wing, along with spending time on the NIU blue line. While playing for the Northern Illinois University, Austin has been a key part of the team's power play this year and has proven to be an integral part of the team's defensive core. His favorite NIU memory was his freshman year, walking to every event with Hunter and Alec. Never a dull moment with the Michigan boys. After graduation, Hunter plans to take his degree in operations management and information systems back into Michigan to work at the tech industry and hopes to have a chance to coach hockey one day. And tonight, Austin is joined by his parents, Randy and Tina Walney, along with his girlfriend, Emma White. So huge thanks to all the seniors for a great season here we had, and it would not have been possible with them. A bunch of great memories for all the guys, thanks to the seniors, and it is sad to see them go here in their last home Husky game. Again, it's very sad to see all the seniors go, but again, we do have a great night of hockey ahead of us, and hopefully they give it their last hurrah on their home game. What? Give it up for the Huskies right now. All everyone's clapping. Stands are packed, and we are ready to watch the Skis play. We got Drury coming on out here now, getting ready for the game. Warm-ups have already passed. They cut the ice, and it is time for your last Skis home game. Thank you, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, who have been tuning in with us today and for the whole season. Thank you guys for supporting the Huskies via YouTube Live, and for all of you that came in person. We really appreciate it. I know I saw a couple of far places out there, like I know Hunter Pierce, his parents came all the way from Alaska to support us here today in person. And we got Michigan, Minnesota as well, and California. So again, very happy everyone traveled safely and made it here safe. But tonight we're going to be starting here with your Drury Panthers lineups. Sitting between the pipes for the Panthers, we have Grayson Skirpan wearing number 1. Sitting on defense, we have Jake Loins wearing number 12 and Caleb Schmitz wearing number 24. Sitting for your wing pair for the Panthers, we have Tyler Kane wearing number 80 and Cody Lorenko wearing number 77. And last but not least, taking the face-off for the Panthers tonight, we have Xavier Abel wearing number 3. And tonight, for your Huskies starting lineup, we got Ben Vucci wearing number 75, sitting between the pipes and saving all the pucks. Defense pair, Colin Bry wearing number 24 and Austin Walney wearing number 86. Sitting up on the red line, sitting at the hash marks, we have Drake Gieske wearing number 3 and Hunter Wall wearing number 9. And last but not least, taking the face-off, your Husky senior and center for tonight, Nick Gonzalez wearing number 6. Again, we got a great night here ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. After a great win yesterday from the Huskies, winning 6-4, hopefully we can carry that momentum into tonight. But until then, we're ending off on the starting lineups here, and we will start with your national anthem. Again, ladies and gentlemen, your NIU Huskies tonight facing off against the Drury Panthers. Coming all the way from Springfield, Missouri. A little of a trek there. I know it's snowing out there right now, so again, if you're traveling or on your way to the game now and just tuning in to catch first part, I encourage you to drive safe. There's a lot of snow out tonight, so make sure to be safe in the air. Again, we got our last home game here tonight. A little bit sad. I see a couple sad faces from the seniors knowing that it is their last home game, but hopefully we can get a Husky win here in and off. Again, tonight you got Alex Tatum behind the mic and Jacob Piros behind the camera. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in with us here tonight to support the Huskies via YouTube Live. And following that, if you're able to make it out, Huskies are doing an open skate with the team after the game. So I encourage you to come out and join us for that if you're able to as well. So again, we got Xavier Abel taking the face-off against Nick Gonzalez here at center ice. They're able to get a quick win off the drop of the puck there to start off the game, but Huskies do not let up. We got Wall really pushing through there, getting the puck back onto the Panthers blue line, but Panthers quickly break it back into the Husky zone. We saw two of the Panthers players there run into each other, knocking each other off the puck and back in Huskies possession. We got Walney's quick pass over to Gieske. Gieske chips it off the boards back into the Panthers possession. And it bounces right off the back of one of the Panthers players to go into the bench of the Huskies for an out-of-play whistle. Again, if you guys didn't catch the broadcast last night, we saw something kind of crazy. We saw three of the Panthers players run into each other at once right before Rodon Evans' goal there, the sixth goal of the game. So if you haven't already, I encourage you to go check out that replay there on our YouTube. Huskies are able to bring it down into the Panthers zone and get it behind the net. Hunter Pierce picking up the puck behind the net. Bringing it up to Hashmarks. Quick pass over to Marks. Marks dumps it back down deep into the Panthers zone. Porzondak picking it up in the corner and putting it into the slot, and a nice save by Skirpin. Again, Panthers begin trying to chip it out. And a nice step up there by Marks, not letting it leave the Panthers zone. Great shot there by Porzondak going right into the glove of Skirpan for another whistle and a great save. Again, Huskies already spending a lot of time down in the Panthers zone. Hopefully they can keep that trend going. Both teams getting some fresh legs out here. So the puck's going to be dropped down in the Panthers zone stand side. Nick Gonzalez taking the face-off. Panthers are able to win the face-off there, get it down into the corner, but Huskies proceed to put a lot of pressure on there, gaining possession. Again, it seems to be a bit of a hold up there in the hash marks as both teams are fighting for it. Puck goes over to Evans. Evans with a nice one-timer there. A nice save by Skirpan. Panthers able to get out of the slot there, get it back into the corner. But again, getting held up on the boards there with no team having clear possession. Panthers able to chip it off the boards and a quick step up from by and a shot and a nice save by Skirpan. Goes back on the stick of the Panthers. A quick chip in by Cowles. Puts it right on the stick of Vucci behind the net. Goes over to Bry. Bry to Colwell. Cole's able to put it off the boards, getting it out of the Husky zone. Panthers quickly chip it back in. Again, Vucci stepping behind the net to stop it. Evans with a great chip off the boards going on the stick of Pierce. Pierce again going off the boards over to Wall. Wall off the boards to Pathana. Pathana deep into the Panthers zone. Panthers go for a pass behind the net over to Cowles, and Pierce again stepping up, and another great step up by Walney there, not letting it pass that blue line. Goes back into the possession of the Panthers for a pass through neutral ice, and a great stop there by Anderson, not letting Abel bring it into the Huskies zone. Pierce goes off the glass, getting it out of the Husky zone for Pathana to pick up in the neutral zone. Got 2-on-1 here. Pathana with a great shot and a nice save by Skirpin. Pathana goes for the pass up to Walney. Walney with the shot and another great save by Skirpin. We got a delayed penalty here on the Panthers. The Huskies in possession. Fucci flies to the box, and Huskies are still in possession. We got 6-on-5 here for the delayed penalty. Martin pass it off the boards over to Evans. Evans bringing it behind the Husky net. Pass it up to Anderson. Anderson goes off the stick of one of the Panthers, causing there to be a whistle for the Panthers penalty. We got an elbow on the Panthers. Putting Sam Stack into the box for the Panthers again. We got an elbow giving the Husky a 2-minute power play with 16:41 here remaining in the first period. Again, Nick Gonzalez taking the face-off against Forner. Gonzalez able to win the puck back to Evans. Evans over to Porzondak. Porzondak holds it up at the point. Porzondak pass over to Wall. Wall with the backhand and pass up to Walney and back over to Porzondak. Porzondak to Walney. Walney steps in, another great pass to Wall as it brings it up to the point. Pass up to the top and center. Walney pass over to Porzondak. Porzondak goes for a backdoor pass over to Wall. Wall with a shot over to Gonzalez for a barely missed open net. Porzondak the puck again going for that backdoor pass. Wall shoots right at the head of Skirpan and a great save there. If the Panthers being able to ice it out of their zone. Vucci the pass up to Walney. Walney bringing it over the red line into the Panthers zone. And Walney chips it off the boards over to Evans. Evans brings it over to Porzondak. Porzondak steps in for a shot and a great save by Skirpan. Again, Walney getting a little bit of pressure from Lebitis and Abel down there in the corner. Evans steps up, gets the puck down there in the hash marks and bring it up to the blue line. Evans over to Porzondak, back to Evans, over to Walney. Walney again coming back up, stopping on the point to give him a little bit more room, dropping it down to Wall. Wall pass it over to Evans. Evans barely missing the net to the right, but Porzondak's able to keep it in the zone. Porzondak passing over to Walney. Walney back to Porzondak, looks for an open pass, back to Walney. Walney steps in for a shot, another great save by Skirpan. Again, Wall passing it to Evans behind the net and getting the puck right back. Wall pass right to Porzondak in the slot. Goes in for a pass, and again the puck leaves the slot but goes back on the stick of Wall. Wall with a quick chip in over to Walney, and Panthers are able to step up and get it out of the zone with just 10 seconds left in the Husky power play. Wall stepping up, passing it over to March. March again passing it back over to Bry. Back to 5-on-5 hockey here as Bry brings it into the Panthers zone. Back into the Panthers possession. And right back into the Husky possession. Marks bringing it back down deep into the Husky zone. And behind Vucci. Marks bringing it around the boards and been barely offsides by the Panthers there, causing another whistle. Again, a great play there by the Huskies. Spent the majority of the power play in the Panthers' zone. Unfortunately, not letting us get a goal. But still a great play by the Huskies. Panthers able to win the puck back and dump that down deep into the Husky zone. Vucci goes to ring it off the glass. And it hits the net above the glass, but the refs seem to miss that. They didn't blow the whistle. So the puck goes back down into the corner and pinned between Marks and Martin. Martin's able to pull it out and get it over to the hash marks. And again, Marks getting it out of the Husky zone, but still in the Panthers' possession. Cowles chips it off the boards, but nice step up there by Bry, not letting it enter the Husky zone. Bit of icing here against the Panthers, forcing the puck to be dropped all the way back down in the Panthers' zone. Huskies getting a couple of fresh legs out here. Hopefully we can capitalize on this drop down deep in the zone. Gonzalez here taking the face off for the Huskies against Warner. Gonzalez able to win the puck over to the hash marks. Panthers step up, and a nice step up there by Walney, keeping it in the Panthers zone. Again, the puck gets held up on the hash marks. We got a whistle here. And we got Walney going to the box, giving us a Husky penalty kill. Hopefully we can kill this off pretty quickly here. And we got 2 minutes up on the clock. And we got a slash on Walney, putting us at a one-man disadvantage for the next 2 minutes. We got 13:39 here remaining in the first period. The score still being 0-0. Again, puck's being dropped back down in the Husky zone bench side. Pathana wins the puck back to Porzondak. Porzondak ran around the boards, put it on the stick of O'Connor. O'Connor with a quick pass over to Foreigner. Foreigner carrying in the Husky zone. A great step up there by Pathana. Nice back check, knocking off the stick of Foreigner, keeping it in the neutral zone. Lorenko goes to pass it over, and a great step up by Porzondak, icing it all the way back down deep into the Panthers zone. Again, O'Connor stepping across, pass for Libitis, and a great hit there by Pathana. And we got another penalty against the Huskies. We got a tripping against the Huskies here, putting us at a two-man disadvantage. We still got a minute 22 left on our first penalty. We got Hunter Pierce going into the box for our second tripping penalty. Unfortunately, putting us at a 5-on-3 with the puck being dropped down in the Husky zone. Still Nick Gonzalez taking the face-off here against Libitis. Puck is dropped, and Gonzalez ties up the guy, but Panthers still wins it back. Marks with a great icing there, getting it out of the Husky zone, giving the Huskies a little bit more time to regroup and hopefully kill off their two penalties. Foreigner bringing it behind the Panthers net and up to the neutral zone now. And a great stick there by Gonzalez, keeping it in the neutral zone, not letting it enter the Husky zone. O'Connor pass over his partner there, bringing it into the Husky zone. O'Connor up on the point, passing down to the corner. Goes for a pass into the slot, and a missed pass forced the puck to go back in the corner, but O'Connor receives it back up on the point, steps in. And a great step there by Gonzalez. Getting it right back out. We got Evans racing through, and a shot on net. Barely missing the net to the left. We are still down 2 men. But until then, we got Libitis bring it back into the Husky zone. Another shot and a nice save by Vucci. Martin goes to ice it, and a nice stop there by Lorenko, keeping it down in the Husky zone. Lorenko passes over to the D. The defense step in for a shot, and a nice save by Vucci, knocking the puck back into the corner. And Libitis passes up to Silpa. Great shot and a great stop there by Martin. We got Evans racing down the center. We got a 2-on-0 breaking out here. Great shot and a great save by Skirpan. Again, we are back to 4-on-5 hockey here. Just 30 seconds left on the Husky penalty. Evans gets it down in the corner, down in the Panther zone, and Panthers able to pick it off there. With Abel stepping up, passing it back to Kane. Kane flying back in the Husky zone. We got a 1-on-3 here. Kane dropping it back to Abel. Abel stepping up, passing it back to his defense. Puck goes down in the corner, out in the Husky zone of Pathana. Attempted ice there. And a great stop there by Martin. Again, intercepting that pass, giving the Huskies a 3-on-1. Huskies step up, pass over to Colwell. Cole with a shot, barely missing the net to the right. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey here. Another great shot by Bry, barely missing the net to the left there. And the Huskies had a great kill of those two penalty kills right there. Panthers able to dump it back down deep into the Husky zone, and Gieske trying to stop it on the hash marks, and Abel was able to pick it off. Quick step up there by Colwell, puts it onto the stick of Gieske, who puts it into the Panthers zone. Panthers got to begin their breakout in the neutral zone there with Gieske with a great back check there, knocking it off the stick of Kane, and a great step up by Bry, knocking it out of the Husky zone. Again, Panthers defense get it back there, passing it back and forth, pass it off the boards over to Werner. Werner gets it deep down into the Husky zone and onto the stick of Bry. Bry chips it off the boards, back into the possession of the Panthers. Great hit there by Weitzel on one of the Panthers' defense, giving the Huskies a little bit of an advantage there. Another great hit by Weitzel down in the opposite corner now. With a loose puck in the slot, Bry's able to pull it out there. Pass it across over to Gieske. Gieske chips it off the boards, back into the Panthers' possession while Huskies get a change. Marks with a great step up there, standing his ground, getting it back into the Panthers' zone. Werner goes to pass. It takes a weird bounce. Libitis going in for a shot, and a great save by Vucci, with Marks coming in, knocking the puck down in the corner out of the slot. Martin goes for a deke there. O'Connor with a nice step up there, not letting the puck sneak by him, and he gets it back down deep in the Husky zone. Vucci chips the puck over to Marks, who chips it over to Italiano. Puck bounces off the top of the net there, and it goes back on the corner. O'Connor goes for the shot across the slot, missing the net. Italiano's able to get it out of the Husky zone, but Panthers quickly dump it right back in. Again, Marks coming up with some speed behind the net there. Quick deke in the slot. Passing over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez, great pass over to Clement. Panthers again able to step up, get it back down deep into the Husky zone. Evans passing it behind his back over to Marks. Marks with the pass off the boards. Back into Panthers possession, who quickly ice it back into the Husky zone. Again, after that ice, giving the Panthers some time there to change. Marks with a great stop there. Pass getting up to Evans. Evans carrying it in the Panther zone. And a great back check there by the Panthers, not letting Evans get that shot off. Walney, again, chipping it over to Wall, who gets it deep into the Panther zone. Panthers begin their breaking on chipping off the boards. And icing there, but on net, so the icing is called off, but Vucci does cover it. The blow of the whistle there. We got 8 minutes and 2 seconds here left in the first period. The score of the game still being 0-0. Again, a great game by both teams so far. We already got 2 Husky penalties compared to the 8 we had yesterday and 7 we had with the Panthers. Puck is dropped, and Philpott receives it up on the point, and a shot on net, and it's redirected away from the net by the Husky defense. Another puck in the slot. Abel goes for a shot, and a nice save by Vucci. Pierce chips it off the boards, getting it out of the Husky zone. And a great play there by Wall, getting it into the Panther zone. And Anderson gets it up on the point. Puck takes a weird bounce, goes onto the stick of Kane. Kane bringing it into the Husky zone. A nice stop there by Wall, and he's stopping Kane, not letting him get through there. And again, passing it out of the zone. Again, we had a great hit there by Wall, almost hitting the guy into the Husky bench, putting us in possession of the puck. We got Kane coming in for a shot, and a nice stop there by Walney. Again, Wall laying out there to get the puck out of the Husky zone. And Walney, it's a great hit there on Abel, not letting him carry it into the zone. Again, puck seems to be a little stuck in the neutral zone right now, but Walney does receive it down in the Husky zone. Walney passing behind his back over to Martin. We got a whistle blown here. We got a penalty on Abel, giving us a Husky power play. And we got a cross check here on Abel. Again, we got 2 minutes up on the clock for the Husky power play. Again, we capitalized on yesterday, and hopefully we can do the same today. Puck's being dropped all the way back down in the Panthers zone, bench side. Pathana here taking the face-off against Cowles. Puck is dropped. Pierce is able to fly through the center and pick the puck up off the center after Pathana had that nice tie-up. Pierce coming up top, skating across the blue line and pass over to Marks. Marks over to Clement. Clement back to Marks. Marks steps in for a great shot. Takes a weird bounce, but a nice save by Skirpan. Again, we had Marks with a great shot up from the top center point. Taking a weird redirect there. I don't know who it bounced off of, but again, Skirpan was not ready for that. Luckily, hitting him in the pad for another great save. Got just 15 seconds knocked off the power play there, with 1:45 left for the Husky power play and 6:37 remaining in the period. Again, Pathana taking the face-off against Cowles. Great win of the face-off there by Pathana, getting it back to the defense. Marks up the point, passing it over to Clement. Clement goes in for a shot, barely missing the net to the left. After that missed shot, forcing the puck to go out of the Panther zone, but back on the stick of Marks. Marks passing it behind himself over to Pierce. Pierce with a great deke there, carried it across the red line and into the Panthers zone. Marks up on the point there, passing it over to Pierce. Pierce goes in for a shot, redirected away from the net by the Panthers defense. Another attempted icing there, and an attempted stop by Evans there, puts it in the net above the glass for an out-of-play whistle. Again, we got just 1:13 remaining on the Husky power play. Again, puck's being dropped just outside of the Panthers zone, stand side. Gonzalez taking the face-off here and chipping it into the Panther zone. Panthers get a quick icing, but Porzondak's able to stop it at the Husky blue line. Porzondak passing it over to Walney. Walney passing it back behind the net over to Porzondak, and he begins skating it out. Porzondak chipping it up to Wall. Wall bringing it into the Panther zone, passing over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez bringing it in the corner and chipping it behind the net. Evans, again, goes off the boards over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez passing it up to Porzondak. Gonzalez passing it back. Porzondak passing back to Gonzalez. Over to Wall. Back to Gonzalez. Wall gets the puck behind the net. We got a loose puck there for a couple of flying sticks, but a nice save by Skirpan. Again, keeping the puck down in the Panther zone. We got just 30 seconds here remaining on the Husky power play. Gonzalez here taking the face-off against Cowles. Huskies are able to win it over to the side there, keeping it in the Panther zone. Walney up on the point, passing it over to Porzondak. Porzondak back to Walney. Walney Porzondak for a quick one-timer. Takes a weird bounce off of a stick, putting the puck back down to the corner. Gonzalez gets the pucks down in the corner, down in the Panther zone. Dropping it back to Wall. Wall bringing it behind the Panthers net. Goes Porzondak. Porzondak gets a shot. Stopped by Cowles. Wall goes for another quick shot. We're passing over to Wall, and he goes for a quick shot, and nice save by Skirpan. And a loose puck in the slot there, gets knocked into the Panthers' corners. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Porzondak gets the puck, goes for a slap shot. Another great save by Skirpan. Panthers had a great penalty kill there, although it stayed in their zone the entire time. Skirpan was able to keep the puck out of the net, keeping this a 0-0 game. Yeah, we got the puck being dropped down in the Panthers zone with Pathana taking the face-off against Levitas. Against Foreigner. Switched it up a little bit there. Foreigner's able to win the puck back into the corner, and we're going to around the boards. Mark with a quick step in there, keeping it. A nice shot on net. Looked like Loins tried to stop that puck there at the shot on net, and it almost redirected it. Luckily slowed it down just enough for Skirpan to cover it. Pathana here taking the face-off again against Foreigner down in the Panthers zone, stay inside. Pathana wins the puck back to the Husky defense. Marks the great pass over there over to Mataliano. Mataliano with a shot. Goes off the boards over to Bry. Bry's another quick shot. And another great save by Skirpan. We got a blow of the whistle here. Right across the blue line, as I believe there's an offside. We got 4:18 here remaining in the first period. Yeah, and Foreigner taking the face-off against Pathana just outside of the Panthers zone. Quick chip off the boards and a nice stop by the Huskies, knocking it back into the Panthers zone. Pathana with a great catch out of the air there, intercepting that pass. We got the Panthers carrying it into the Husky zone, bringing it down into the corner. And again, great toe drag there by Pierce, but luckily for the Panthers, Foreigner's able to pick it off, go for a shot on net, and a great save by Vucci. Marks peeing it up in the corner, pass it across center ice, and a barely missed pass there, putting it back on the stick of the Panthers. Again, we got two Panthers on the ground there. The Huskies coming out on top with the puck, and Marks was able to chip it out of the Husky zone, back on the stick of the Panthers. And the Panthers try to carry it in. Great step up there by Bry, not letting it enter the Husky zone. Again, the Panthers chip it off the boards, goes on the stick of Walney. Walney carrying it into the Panthers zone, stopping himself a little room, and a great shot there on net, and a great save by Skirpan. Got just 3:11 remaining here in the first period. Already a bit of a change from yesterday's game. At this point in time, Huskies already had a couple goals on the Panthers. The Panthers seem to come ready today to play, as it is still a 0-0 game. Martin taking the face-off against Abel. Puck is dropped, and a great win there by the Panthers, allowing to break it out. Kane coming up the side and into the Husky zone. King goes for a shot. Another great save by Vucci, knocking over to the hash marks. Quick chip up to the point there. Give the Panthers a quick shot, barely missing the net to the right. Another chip in deep there, puts the puck behind the net in the Panthers' possession, and a loose puck in the slot. Another great 2 saves by Vucci. Again, Abel picking it up down in the Husky corner. Goes for a pass out of the slot. Another great save by Vucci, putting the puck back behind the net. Quick chip up around the boards. Puts the puck onto the stick of Martin. Gets chipped back over to Gieske. Again, a lot of back and forth here. But Porzondak's able to get possession, chip it off the boards. It takes a weird bounce off the boards there. Forcing icing for the Huskies, causing the puck to be dropped all the way back down in the Husky zone. We got 2-2-2 up on the clock for the first period. Again, both teams playing really extremely good today, especially compared to yesterday's game. Huskies were able to get that quick lead, like I said, but the Panthers came out playing and flying today. Able to sleep off those bus legs from yesterday's game coming up from Springfield, Missouri. Gonzalez taking the face-off down in the Husky zone. Gonzalez able to win it back onto the stick Porzondak. Porzondak over to Evans. Evans again chipping off the boards over to Weitzel. Weitzel off the boards over to Gonzalez. A nice chip out of the air there. Back on the stick of the Panthers. Evans getting it back down in the Husky corner. Pass over to Porzondak. Porzondak has passed through the slot over to Gonzalez, who's able to chip it into the Panther zone. Skirpan came out, passed it up to the Panthers. Gets the end turn around, gets stuck in the neutral zone as Gonzalez putting a lot of pressure there. And a great step up by Porzondak, keeps the puck in the neutral zone and out of the Husky zone. Gonzalez able to get the puck into the Panthers zone, but back in the possession of the Panthers. Panthers chipping off, getting back out of the zone into the neutral zone. Marks passing over to Porzondak. Porzondak back to Marks. Marks, great pass through neutral ice over to Clement. Clement carrying it into the Panthers zone. Goes for a quick shot. Nice stop there by the Panthers defense, diving for that puck and blocking that pass. Marks steps up, dumping back down deep into the Panthers zone. Again, great step up there by Walney. And we got an offsides call as he pulled the puck from the other side of the blue line from the Panthers zone. Got, again, just 1:06 here remaining in the first, score still being 0-0. Pathana here taking the face off against Foreigner, just outside of the Panthers zone. Puck's won back to the Panthers side. And a quick pass over to Libitis. Libitis goes to pass it to the Panthers. And a nice stop there by Bry. Pass it over to Pierce. Pierce is able to get it by the defense there. Take a hit to make a play. Put it back down in the corner over to stick a wall. Again, Pierce comes flying into the corner. And the puck gets passed up to Bry. Bry goes for a nice shot and a nice save there by Skirpan. Wally's able to dump the puck back down deep. Walls, great another shot. 2 saves by Skirpan. And a loose puck, Pathana comes in flying. And Skirpan's able to cover the puck before more shots broke out. We got 35 seconds remaining in the first. Again, the Huskies getting a couple of fresh defense out there. Hopefully get a couple of quick shots here for the remainder of the first. Pathana taking the face-off against Foreigner down in the Panthers zone, stand side. Panthers win the puck down in the corner, but Wall flies in the corner. We're able to poke that puck up kind of near the slot. Pathana over to Porzondak. Porzondak with a shot. Another great save by Skirpan. Knocking just 10 seconds off the clock there. Then we got the Panthers putting out some fresh legs for the last 25 seconds here. Pathana taking the face off against Abel. Puck is dropped, and Panthers able to fly through the center. And a great step up there by Porzondak, not letting the puck leave the Panther zone, with Pathana bringing it behind the net and up in the slot. Goes in for a quick shot and a great save by Skirpan. Again, still in possession of the Huskies. Wall getting up to Porzondak. Porzondak for the Marks. Marks with a quick shot and a great stop there by the Panthers. And we got the final buzzer going off now. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the first, with the score still being 0-0, with 2 great plays by both teams. Again, not letting either advance. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us here for the first period, and we'll be back in about 15 minutes with the start of the second. And right before the second period, I'll be able to read off the shot counts for you guys and penalties as well. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here at the start of the second period here in about 3 minutes. Still a 0-0 game after that first period. They're very close first period. A lot of time spent down in the Panthers zone, but Skirpan was able to have a lot of nice saves, really keeping the Panthers in this game so far. At the end of that period, we had Huskies having 17 shots and the Panthers having 2 shots again, with the score still being 0-0 there. And again, we got the the stands very packed here tonight for both the Huskies and the Panthers. Got a lot of people excited for this after-game skate coming up, a skate with the team. And following that, we got a lot of people coming from out of town for your Huskies' last home game and senior night. I know just a couple of them tonight coming down from Minnesota. We have Drake Giesche's parents, Jeff Aniski, and his brother Trevor here joining us. Coming all the way out from California, we have Nick Gonzalez's parents, Juan and Aaron Gonzalez, and his sister Brianna. Coming from Michigan, we have Hunter's Wall's parents, Don and Carrie, and his brother Logan, and his grandmother Cheryl. Following that, Hunter Pierce. We have his parents coming all the way from Alaska, up in Fairbanks, Alaska. Cheryl and Russell Pierce coming here with us tonight. And coming down from Wisconsin, we got Colin Bry's parents, Troy and Joy. Coming from Illinois, we also do have Robert and Cynthia Apter's, Randy Apter's parents. And last but not least, coming all the way from Chesterfield, Michigan, we have Austin Walney's parents, Randy and Tina, here joining us tonight. So I'm really glad everyone made it safe travels. I also know Luke Marks is coming in, or Luke Marks' dad is coming in from out of town, up again from Minnesota, to join us as well. Here we got the Huskies all skating on ice, coming on out here for the start of the second period. Again, we already had a couple penalties for both teams as well. After yesterday's game, we had the Huskies ending with about 8 penalties and the Panthers ending at about 7. And today we are not that far behind that. We're keeping on track. We got 2 penalties for the Huskies here in the first period and 2 penalties for the Panthers here in the first period. So a total of 4 penalties so far. Hopefully we can keep that to a minimum for both teams and have a clean and fair hockey game. But until then, we got Nick Gonzalez here taking the face-off against Xavier Abel here at center ice for the start of second period. Puck is dropped, and we had a great fly-through there by the Panthers, winning it down deep into the Husky zone. Evans able to get back after Vucci pushes it out for him and passes it through neutral ice, shipping it down into the Panther zone. Panthers were able to stop there, shipping it back from Walney over to Evans, back to Walney. Walney coming up, goes for a pass and a stop there by Kane. Abel's able to come in for a shot and a great save there by Vucci. Again, great step up there by the Panthers, keeping it in the Husky zone. Abel's able to try to go for that pass cross. Unfortunately, no defense were there, but it quickly gets turned back around. The Panthers carrying it back in the Husky zone. Quick shot from the side there. Nice save by Vucci, puts it onto the stick of Evans, who chips it into the neutral zone. And Colwell again with that great intercept of a pass there off the boards, able to dump it back down deep into the Panthers zone. Panthers try to break it up, but Pathana again passing down over the wall. It goes through the legs. And a great save there by Skirpan. Again, we saw a great step up there by Pathana on the blue line, passing it down to Wall, who was untouched down there in front of the Panthers goal. He's able to go through the legs, but it's still a great save by Skirpan. We got Pathana here taking the face-off against Foreigner down deep in the Panthers zone. A quick shot to the net by Pierce after Pathana was able to win it over, causes for another whistle, knocking just over 2 minutes off the clock for the start of the second period. Again, same people taking the face-off down in the Panthers zone. Puck's one into the corner, and Pathana is able to get the puck up or receives a little bit of pressure from the Panthers. Able to sneak out of there, goes for a backhanded shot, and a nice stop by the Panthers defense. Marks a quick step up there, dumping it back down deep into the Panthers zone. Again, Panthers go for that breakout, and Wall tries to step up there. The Panthers going around. We got a 2-on-2 here with Pathana. Great back check and a great stop there by Porzondak, not letting that puck get to Vucci, letting it get to the net there. Foreigner's able to pass it down to O'Connor. He gets it behind that, and again, Pathana coming through, flying through, be able to get that puck out. Puck's chipped up to the Panthers defense. Takes a weird bounce off one of the Panthers defense skates, giving Huskies a 2-on-2 into the zone. Pierce able to come back, go for a great shot on net after receiving the pass from Pathana, and a great save by Skirpan. Porzondak's able to get the puck on the hash marks, bring it up to the slot, and a great backdoor pass over to Martin. Martin chips it behind the net. The loose puck on the hash mark there, but a great step up by Porzondak. Walsh getting up on that defense spot, keeping it in the zone for Porzondak as he's coming right back up. Porzondak gets the puck on the point, pass it across over to Bry. Bry goes in for that quick shot, and a nice save by Skirpan, keeping this a 0-0 game. Again, a great start of the first period from the team. It seems like the Panthers were able to shake off those bus legs yesterday and last night, coming out a little more hot today and ready to play. Again, Martin taking the face off here against Werner. Panthers able to come out on top, chip it back to the Huskies defense, but Bryden, a nice step up there, dumping it back down deep. Walney bringing it out of the Husky zone, giving themselves a little bit more room over to Gieske, touching it back to Bry. Bry passes off the boards. It takes a weird bounce, goes onto the stick of Werner, put it back into Panthers' possession. Puck gets dumped down back deep into the Husky zone with Vucci stopping the net for Walney. Walney up to Weitzel, and a great step up there by Stack. That'll let it leave the zone, but again, quickly re-exits the zone. But a great hit there by the Huskies, keeping it in the Panthers zone as Martin trying to fly through the center there. And we got a delayed penalty against the Huskies here as Werner goes in for that shot. We got the Panthers trying to chip it up, and finally the whistle is blown for the Huskies penalty. We got Gieske going to the box there, giving us a Husky penalty kill. Puck is being dropped down in the Huskies zone still. Stay inside. Lebitis here taking the face off against Gonzalez, with the Huskies having a one-man disadvantage. Got a quick blow of the whistle here as the ref seems to notice something. Waiting for that time to go up onto the clock. Puck's chipped up over to Foreigner, who's unable to keep it into the Husky zone, allowing the Huskies to be able to ice it out. Got a lot of back and forth here, with Lebitis carrying it back into the Husky zone. Gets dumped out quickly by the Huskies, put it back down deep into the Panther zone, killing off that penalty there. Got a minute and 30 left on the clock. Got Foreigner carrying it into the Husky zone. Gonzalez lost his stick. We got Gonzalez flying to the puck there with no stick. Sorry, stopping, going to the bench. He's got a little bit of pressure from Weitzel down in the corner. Panthers again starting to break it out. Passing it over the lines. Evans on a step up there, keeping it out of the Husky zone. A little bit of stepping up, passing it back to the defense. And great step up there by Weitzel, intercepting that pass, not letting it get passed through the neutral zone. We got Weitzel really fighting for it back there behind the net on the Husky penalty kill. Just 50 seconds up on the clock. Mark's racing back, not letting the Panthers get clean possession of it on their power play. Again, Panthers to back down deep in their own zone with the puck. We got Abel skating through the neutral zone, flying into the Husky zone with some speed. Goes for a quick deke, puts it into the corner. Abel pass it up to Silpa, goes in for a quick shot. It's redirected by Kane, unfortunately, just right of the net, missing it. Again, another pass up to Silpa. Up on the point there. Skating it across the top of the circles there. A nice stop there by Pathana. Another great stop by the Panthers defense, keeping it in the Husky zone. Another backdoor pass puts it on Kane's stick. Kane goes in for a shot, deflecting off a Husky stick, goes in above the glass for an out-of-play whistle. Again, both teams playing great here so far. A lot of pressure from both teams. We got just 9 seconds here remaining on the Husky penalty kill. puck still being dropped down deep in the Husky zone with O'Connor taking the face-off against Gonzalez. Quick shot on net, goes off of, it seems like, Clement's skate. He quickly jumps down. A nice block there by Clement. Luckily, he jumped right back up there. Laid in ice for a second long. Thought he was hurt there, but luckily he is okay. Again, Gonzalez taking the face-off against O'Connor. Gonzalez wins it back. Goes onto the stick of Porzondek. Porzondek chipping it off the glass. And we're back to a 5-on-5 even play. Gilligan passing over to his D partner, Stack. Stack passing it up the boards over to Labitis. Quick pass over to Foreigner, barely missing it, causing the puck to go back down deep into the Panthers zone. Quick pass into the slot. Luckily, the Huskies were there, not letting it go off. Gilligan goes in for a quick shot, and nice stop there by Clement, not letting it go to the net. And we got another penalty on Walney here, giving us another Husky penalty kill. We got Walney jumping over there to make sure the guy is okay. Seems like he accidentally hit in the head there a little bit, not on purpose. We got a high sticking on his head, it seems like the ref called it. We got both teams getting some fresh legs out here, getting ready to have another penalty kill for the Huskies. Puck's being dropped back down still deep in the Husky zone. Martin's able to win it back to Bry and Sillipaw. Gonna stop it up at the point, passing that down to Abel. Abel back to Sillipaw. Over to Abel. Again, we got just 14 minutes here left on the clock with a minute 45 in the Husky penalty kill. Abel goes in for a shot, stopped by Bry, not letting the puck sneak by. Another shot stopped by Martin, and Abel gets it up on the point. Abel goes in for a quick shot, nice save by Vucci. Loose puck in front of the net, gets chipped away, and Martin's able to get a touch on it, icing it down deep into the Panthers zone after Vucci had those great 2 saves there. Again, the Panthers beginning the breakout out of their own zone. Great step up there by Bry, not letting O'Connor sneak by him into the zone, but O'Connor does get the puck down in the Husky corner. Walking up to the hash marks and the top of the circle, passing it back down. Sillipaw again on the point. The puck goes in for a quick shot. Stopped by Weitzel. Another shot deflected by Vucci into the net above the glass for another great save and another out-of-play whistle. Again, great game by both teams and a great kill by the Huskies so far. We got 57 seconds here remaining in the Husky penalty kill. 13-11 left in the second period. Then we got Labitis here taking the face-off against Gonzalez. Puck is dropped and put over to the stick of Porzondek, who chips it up to O'Connor, stopping it up on the blue line. O'Connor bringing it across the blue line. And a great poke there by Gonzalez. And we got Foreigner coming back. We got a 2-on-1 here, passing it over to Clement after bouncing weird, unfortunately causing an incomplete shot. Again, the puck being chipped back down deep into the Husky zone for an icing whistle against the Panthers. We got just 31 seconds here remaining on the Husky penalty kill, with the puck being dropped all the way back down in the Panthers zone, stand side. Still, we got Labitis here taking the face off against Gonzalez. The puck is about to be dropped. Ref seems to be correcting their spots a little bit down there in the zone. Puck is dropped, and we had a great chip to the net by Gonzalez. Almost getting that rebound, and nice save by Skirpan again. Again, same 2 people here taking the face-off down in the Husky zone. Sorry, the Panther zone. Again, Gonzalez trying the same move, and a great stop there by Labitis, putting it back on the stick of the Panthers. O'Connor, pass it over Foreigner, pass it across the ice over to Lorenko. Great step up there by Clement, not letting the Panthers get clean possession. Sorry, they carry it into the zone. Another great pass block there, with Marks trying to get it out of the zone, and the Panthers are able to keep it in the Husky zone. Foreigner getting it up on the point, goes in for a quick shot. Another great save by Vucci. going right into his chest and then to his glove with just 4 seconds remaining on the Husky penalty kill. Again, both teams getting some fresh legs here as the puck's being dropped down to the Husky zone with the Husky penalty kill. We got Werner taking the face-off here against Pathana. Puck is dropped, and a great win back there by Pathana as Bryant chipped it around the boards over to Evans. Pass through neutral ice with Wall flying out after Walney jumps to the bench. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Pierce chips it up to Wall, who chips it down deep into the Panther zone. The puck gets passed up over to Werner in the neutral zone. A shot over to the right there, bounced behind the net, almost letting the Panthers get that missed net rebound. Luckily, Huskies were able to touch it there. We got Wall picking it up in the corner, passing it back to Evans. And Evans passing through neutral ice over to Pierce, misses everyone's stick, putting it on the stick of Stack, who dumps it back down deep into the Husky zone. Evans passing around the boards over to Pathana. Pathana passing up to Wall, he's going flying through the center, cut in the middle in the Panther zone. Over to Evans. Again, Evans holding it up on that blue line point over to Bry. Bry goes in for a quick shot, stopped by Werner, and into the rafters above the ice for an out-of-play whistle. Again, like I said, back to 5-on-5 hockey. We got 11:14 here remaining in the second period. Again, Huskies are already up to 4 penalties to this game, with Panthers sitting at 2. Abel taking the face-off against Gonzalez down in the Panthers zone. Gilligan puts the puck behind the net over to Kane. Again, the puck goes right back behind the Panthers net. And a nice chip off the glass there, putting it on the stick of Evans. Evans chipping it through neutral ice back on the possession of the Panthers. And he got a great step up there, knocking it off the Panthers stick, but still in the Panthers possession. Again, Gonzalez trying to get it out, go back on the stick of Kane. Gonzalez jumping down in the corner there to try to knock it off a Kane stick. And Evans is able to come through with a nice deke there around Abel. Across the red line into the Panther zone. Great toe drag there and a goal! And a Husky goal, making this a 1-0 game for the Huskies. We saw Evans getting it right through the player's legs there after that nice deke going into the Panther zone. And he's able to get it top shelf right by the goalie's shoulder. Again, making this a 1-0 game for the Huskies. I got the stands going wild here as this puts us in the lead here in the second period. Yeah, and both teams lining up here at center ice with Weitzel taking the face-off against Foreigner. Wall coming flying through the center there, passing it back to Pierce. Pierce goes for a shot, another great save by Skirpan. Borzondek getting the puck in the neutral zone, chips it off the boards, and Foreigner's able to pick it up off the boards. Bring it into the Husky zone. Again, Pierce really putting some pressure there on Foreigner, not letting him hold possession. He's able to get it down back into the Panther zone with an icing, but it was on net. And we got 10:07 here remaining on the clock for the second period. Again, going back to Evans. Beautiful goal, bringing it back down almost coast to coast there, starting around the Husky blue line. A nice deke around the defense and top shelf on the goalie. Again, Weitzel taking the face off there, and the ref trips as he slowly gets back up. It seems like the puck may went into his feet there, but we got Foreigner skating in the Husky zone, goes for that pass across, and a crazy save against there. After it took a weird deflect, we had Vucci sliding one way, and the puck got redirected the other way. It looked like it rolled off the post just about. We got the puck thrown into the net above the glass for an out-of-play whistle. Again, we got O'Connor here taking the face-off against Weitzel. Nice win by Weitzel over to Porzondek, who chips it off the boards. And we got Wall beating him to the corner there for the icing to be called off. O'Connor goes in for a quick shot and a nice save by Vucci. And we got a whistle here. It only seems like we got a penalty for an holding. Against the Panthers. Again, we got the Panthers going into the box. O'Connor going to the box for that holding, giving us a Husky power play. Gonzalez win the puck back over to Evans. Evans goes in for that shot, gets redirected by the D, and another great save by Skirpan. We got the whistle blown after the net was knocked off. Again, we saw a great win back there by Gonzalez over to Evans. Evans stepping in for that shot. Almost redirected in the net by the Panthers defense, but able taking the face-off here again against Gonzalez. Puck goes up to Evans, goes in for a quick shot, and a nice stop there by Kane, not letting that shot get through. Porzondek stops the puck up on the point. Kane really putting a lot of pressure on him there. But Porzondek goes through, goes for that shot, and a nice stop by the defense. Panthers defense again. And we got the Panthers able to ice it back down deep into the Husky zone. Walney holding up behind the Husky net as they start their power play breakout. Walney passing over to Porzondek, who passed it across the boards over to Wall. Kane is able to pick it off there, but goes back into the possession of the Huskies, and just as quickly back in the possession of the Panthers. Gilligan skating up. We got a 2-on-2 here for the two teams. Gilligan bringing it across the blue line. Tops of the circles, goes in for a shot, and nice save by Vucci. Back on the stick of Gonzalez. Gonzalez passing it over to Porzondek. Porzondek pass over to Gonzalez. Back to Porzondek. Skating it into the Panther zone. Over to stick of Clement. Clement goes for that quick shot, and a nice save by Skirpan. With just 48 seconds here remaining on the clock for the Husky power play. Again, the Panthers getting some fresh legs out here. Puck's being dropped down in their zone, bench side. Pathana here taking the face-off against Cowles. Puck's won back to Marks. Marks steps in, goes for a quick shot. Nice stop there by Cowles. But Pathana is able to pick up the puck behind the net. And Pathana passes over to Marks. Barely missing that puck, but still able to keep it in the zone. Marks over to Clement. Clement over to Pathana. We had two Panthers players quickly jump up there, and now we got the Panthers shimming it back down deep into the Husky zone. Got just 20 seconds here remaining on the Husky power play. Clement goes for a pass, hits the skate of the ref. Luckily stays in the possession of the Huskies. Pathana passing over to Martin. Martin bringing it back down deep into the Panthers zone. Dropping it back to Pierce. Goes for a shot. And a nice stop there by Cowles, deflecting into the rafters above the ice for an out-of-play whistle. We got just 3 seconds here up on the clock for the penalty for the Panthers. And we got the puck being dropped back down in the Panthers zone. Weitzel taking the face-off against Foreigner. Got Porzondek, and Mark's got to watch that back guy coming out after these 3 seconds. Puck is dropped, and it's chipped over to O'Connor. The guy flying out of the box, going for the quick shot, and a nice save by Skirpan. Seems we got a little bit of a fight breaking out here between Stack and Gieske. We got the ref blowing the whistle just as O'Connor shot that shot, and we saw that great save by Vucci. Again, we got Stack going to the penalty box for, it seems, another Husky power play. We got the 7:21 up here on the clock for the second period. Again, we got another Husky power play here. Another 2 minutes to hopefully capitalize on this. Refs are waiting for the 2 minutes to be put up on the clock there before they drop the puck. Gonzalez here taking the face-off. Gonzalez able to win it back over to Evans. Evans passing behind his back to Porzondak. Porzondak back to Walney. Walney drops it down to Wall. Back to Walney. Walney steps in, goes to Porzondak. Porzondak passes into the slot over to Evans for a great save by Skirpan. Skirpan was way out of the net. He was able to get that glove over there and barely save that puck after a great setup by the Huskies. But Skirpan, again, keeping the Panthers in this game. Again, that just knocked off 15 seconds off the clock and the penalty kill for the Panthers. We still got Gonzalez here taking the face-off against Foreigner. Puck's one back to Evans and passes behind himself over to Porzondak. Porzondak passing it over to Walney under two Panther sticks. And Walney back to Porzondak for a one-timer. And a great save by Skirpan, but a loose puck. Again, puck goes behind the net. Over to Lebitis. Lebitis chips it off the boards, getting it out of the Panthers' zone. Evans holding that puck, passing it off the boards over to Porzondak. Porzondak ran it around the boards and behind that over to Walney. Great step up there by the Panthers catching the puck, and we got the puck being tied up on the hash marks there. Walney coming out on top, passing over to Porzondak. Porzondak goes in for the shot, and we got a loose puck, it seems, and a great save by Skirpan. Again. We had Skirpan a little bit out of position there on the left side of the net. And a great shot by Porzondak, but yet again, another great save, really keeping the Panthers in this game and keeping this a 1-0 game. We got 59 seconds here remaining on the Husky power play. Again, so far, 8 total penalties so far this game. We got the Huskies with 4 and the Panthers with 4 now. Bathana here taking the face-off. Down in the Panthers zone. Panthers able to win it back. And Panthers are able to get a quick icing like Kane racing back down deep into the Husky zone. And Clement backing him up. Puck stays in the Panthers' possession. And we got Werner passing right into the stick of Pierce. Pierce carrying it into the Panthers zone. Goes to that backdoor pass to Marks, and we got Marks with the goal. We got a great, again, backdoor pass by Pierce over to Marks, flying up down deep into the Panther zone, giving us another Husky goal for Marks. Making this a 2-0 game for your NIU Huskies. Again, Marks with a great goal there, great tap in to the Panthers net, but again, Skirpan still playing a phenomenal game there. It's hard to really stop that puck on that backdoor play. But we are lining back up here at center ice with Weitzel taking the face-off against Foreigner. Foreigner's able to win it back to his defense. Gilligan, but Gilligan chips it deep into the Husky zone. Walney chipping it behind the net over to Weitzel. Weitzel up to Gieske. Gieske goes, again, tries to go off the boards, and on a stop there by Gilligan, keeping it in the zone. But Walney passing over to Evans behind the net. And Evans chips it up over to Wall. Wall barely misses it in his feet, putting it back in the possession of the Panthers. Sorry, we got Gieske really flying there, and a great hit on Gilligan. Evans passed over to Walney. Walney goes for a shot, another great save by Skirpan. Walney steps in, pass over to Weitzel. Weitzel up to Evans. Evans with a shot, and a great save by Skirpan, and another Husky goal. We got Evans with that shot, and Walney with that redirect, sneaking it right by Skirpan, making this, again, a 3-0 game here in the second period. We got just 5 minutes and 11 seconds remaining. Again, Huskies are really coming up flying here. They're getting that energy. We got the crowd going wild. All for your NIU Huskies. Again, both teams lining up here at center ice for another drop of the puck after Huskies make it 3-0. Puck is dropped, and Gonzalez, again, able to carry it into the Panthers zone. Quickly turned around by the Panthers. Lorenko carrying it into the Husky zone, goes for, again, that backdoor shot. The great step up there by Porzondak, not letting that pass be complete. Again, we got the Huskies coming on top. Porzondek chipping it off the glass there. Another great step up there by Clement. A nice keep in there by Forner. Mark steps up, passing it over to Martin. And Martin bringing it into the Panthers zone. Martin really flying around the corner there. And a great hit by the Panthers, putting the Panthers back in possession. Mark's the great step up there. Knocking it out of the Panthers stick, but we got a 2-on-3 here, 2-on-2 now. With Abel bringing it in. Abel with the shot, barely missing the net to the right. Again, the puck gets thrown up back into the neutral zone by the Huskies. And we got Porzondek coming through the center there, passing up to Martin. Martin falls on his knees, was able to still chip the puck up, but the puck still goes back in possession of the Panthers. We got Kane trying to go off the boards there, but it goes back on the stick of Porzondek. Porzondek over to Marks. Marks goes through center ice, and a great chip in there by Martin. Unfortunately, chipping it a little too high, going to the net above the glass for an out-of-play whistle. We got just 3:50 up on the clock for here the second period. The Huskies leading the game 3-0. Again, we got the puck being dropped just outside of the Panthers zone. Yeah, we got Pathana here taking the face-off against Warner. Panthers able to win it back to Silpa. Silpa chips it up off the boards, and Panthers quickly change direction of the puck, putting it back down deep in the Panthers zone. Gilligan bringing it behind the net. Nice hit there by Weitzel, but Gilligan stays in possession of the puck. Gilligan getting it over to Warner, and a great step up there by Walney to go back in the possession of the Huskies. Puck goes up to Pathana, passing it over to Evans. Evans over to Walney. Walney goes in. It's passed up back to Wall. Wall back to Walney. Walney goes for that shot, redirected away from the net by the Panthers. Wall able to come in, goes for a quick shot, and a nice save by Skirpan. Bringing the clock down to 3:12 for the second period. Yesterday, we had a little bit of a monumental notice. We had Hunter Wall hitting his 50th career point here with the Huskies in yesterday's game after his goal. So huge shout out to him there as well in supporting the Huskies and all they do. We have Martin here taking the face-off down against Forner in the Panthers zone. Again, puck is about to be dropped. Refs making sure everyone's outside of the circle there. A really nice win by the Panthers there, getting it out of their own zone. Evans comes across and hits the Panthers player into the ref. We had Forner drop down to his legs after he tried to stop and seemed to hit an edge or something there, but the puck is still in Panthers possession. Sorry, turn around, over to Martin's possession. Martin goes for a shot and a great save by Skirpan. Took a weird bounce off the boards there. Letting Martin get that breakaway shot. Evans down in the Husky zone, passing it up to Walney. Walney over to Gieske. Gieske across the ice over to Martin. Martin to carry it back down in the Panthers zone. Martin getting it behind the net there. And getting over to Clement. Clement coming over to Marks. Marks goes in for the shot. And a great stop there by the Panthers defense. Again, Marks really fighting for it on the boards, not letting it leave the zone, getting it back down deep into the Panthers zone. Clement picks it up in the Panthers corner. And again, we got a delayed penalty here, and Clement down on the ice. Luckily getting back up just as quickly as he went down. We got another Husky power play. And we got 2:11 up on the clock for the second period and 2 minutes for Loyne's roughing penalty. Again, puck's being dropped down in the Panthers zone. And again, we got that roughing penalty against Loyne's, against Clement, but again, luckily Clement hopped right up quickly. Abel here taking the face-off against Gonzalez. Puck is dropped and able to win that puck back into the Panthers corner. And Porzondek's pinning one of the Panthers players there in the corner. Panthers come out on top and are able to ice it down. We got Vucci jumping into the corner, coming out of the net to stop it for Walney. We got Walney holding the puck behind the net as the Huskies set up their power play. Walney passing over to Wall. Wall carrying it into the Panthers zone. Stopping around the hash marks, passing it back to Walney. Walney back to Wall. Ball goes for a shot to Gonzalez. Gonzalez will attempt to pass through the slot, but stopped by the Panthers. Huskies stay in possession. Sorry, the puck seems to get stuck in the back of the net there after bouncing off the boards behind the net, forcing the refs to blow the whistle. Got a minute 28 up on the clock here for the second period with a minute 17 seconds for the Husky power play. Again, puck's being dropped just outside of the Panthers zone with Gonzalez here taking the face-off against Abel. Abel's able to get that puck up, but back into the Huskies' possession. Wall passing across the ice over to Porzondek. Porzondek with a quick deke around Abel there, carrying it into the Panthers zone. Goes to that pass up in the slot. Unfortunately, no Huskies are there to tap the puck in, but the Huskies stay in possession down in the Panthers zone. Walney pass it to Wall, right back to Walney. Walney over to Porzondek, and we pass 1 minute. Wall goes to that shot, and nice stop there by the Panthers defense, but the Huskies again stay in possession. Wally brings it out of the Panthers zone and pass over to Porzondek, giving themselves a little bit more room. Porzondek back to Walney. Got 30 seconds on the power play and 40 seconds left in the period. Evans carrying it into the Panthers zone, bringing it behind the Panthers net. Goes that pass right through the center, and it gets up there by Martin. And a nice save there by the Panthers defense. We got Martin with a broken stick skating over to the bench. And him flying to the bench, picking up that puck to come back into the zone. Porzondek with a quick shot right in the glove of Skirpan with just 4 seconds up on the Husky power play and 15 seconds remaining in the second period. Again, we saw Martin really digging for it in the corner there. Unfortunately, his stick took the brunt of it, breaking. But he's able to fly to the bench and pick up that second stick, come back for the power play. Again, puck still being dropped down in the Panthers zone. With Cowles taking the face-off here against Pathana. And 15 seconds left in the period with 3 seconds left in the zone, in the power play. Porzondek gets the puck from Bry and tries to pass it over. We had a great back check there by Pathana, picking the puck off the Panthers just as it left the zone. Pathana bringing it right back in as the period ends in the buzzer sound, barely as Pierce was flying down the center there, had that open opportunity, was just a second too late. Again, Huskies up 3-0 right now by the end of the second period. And we'll be right back for the third period here in about 15 minutes. Huskies are up 30 shots right now versus the Panthers 11 shots. Thank you guys for tuning in with us, and we'll be right back in about 15 minutes for the start of the third period. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with the start of the third period, just in about 2 minutes. Both teams are coming out of the locker rooms getting ready. Huskies are leading the game right now 3-0 currently with a lot of shots. We got the Huskies ending off with 30 shots there by the end of the second period, and the Panthers having 11. To keep that ball rolling, we got a lot of game time left for a lot of stuff to happen. Just yesterday alone, Huskies were up 6-2, and the Panthers were able to score 2 goals in the last 30 seconds to make it 6-4. So we got another 20 minutes of a lot of hockey left to go in the last home game and last period. So again, this is a bit of an emotional moment for all your NIU Husky seniors coming out here, and it's going to be a bit of a sad time for the guys, but we still do have all of February and playoffs in March. So if you're able to go check out our website at niuicehockey.com, where you can check out our swag. If you're interested in a t-shirt or a sweatshirt, you're able to check out all the games, and hopefully you'll be able to navigate to their broadcast to watch your NIU Huskies during the duration of February. But until then, we got a lot of penalties for both teams right now. We already are up to 4 for the Huskies and 5 for the Panthers. We got a total of 9 penalties combined for both teams. Coming up on same as yesterday's. But until then, we had a couple of great shots and great goals from your NIU Huskies, with your first one being from Evans, assisted by Gonzalez. Your second one was scored by Luke Marks, coming up from defense, able to fly down. He was assisted by Martin, as here according to the score sheet. And last but not least, we had the third great goal by Walney, assisted by Evans and Weitzel. So hopefully we can keep that ball rolling, keep the momentum going, and hopefully we can get another Husky win here. But until then, we have both teams getting ready. Puck's about to be dropped at center ice. We have Cam Pathana here taking the face-off for your NIU Huskies against Foreigner for your Panthers. Again, we got the whole Husky bench going wild, getting ready for the start of the third period. Puck's dropped, a nice win back there by Pathana, winning back to Walney. Walney goes for a pass over to Pathana, who touches it over the wall. Ball flying in, goes for that slap shot, and nails Schmitz right in the ankle there. But a great stop, not letting it get to there. Great step up by Evans again, not letting the puck sneak by him and get too far into the neutral zone. Evans again picks up the puck down in the Husky zone, goes off the boards over to Wall. Wall again off the boards over to Pierce, and Pierce the quick dump in deep to the Panthers zone. Pathana putting some pressure in the corner there. Put a lot of pressure on the Panthers, giving the Husky a little bit of time to set up. We got a 2-on-3 coming out here with the the Panthers dumping it back down deep in the Husky zone. Evans passing it up to Gieske, passing over to Martin. Martin skating it into the Panthers zone. Goes to that backhanded shot, and a nice save by Skirpan. Abel picking it up in the corner down in the Panthers zone, receiving a little bit of pressure from Gieske. Again, great keep there by Bry with another shot on net, keeping it in the Panthers zone. Puck gets chipped out over to Marks. Marks passed it over to Bry. Puck goes behind that. We got Kane with some speed coming in. Kane chipping it up the boards, goes on the stick of Gieske. Gieske goes up to Martin. Martin sneaking right by the Panthers defense, goes for a shot and a great save by Skirpan. Knocking 1.5 minutes off the clock there. We got 18:30 left in the third period. Again, thanks for everyone who's tuning in with us so far and who has been and who has this season. Supporting the Huskies via YouTube Live. Nick Gonzalez taking the faceoff against Abel, is able to win it back. Over to Porzondak. Porzondak goes for that shot, redirected away from the net by the Panthers defense. Again, great step up there by Anderson, not letting Lorenko go into the Husky zone, with Clement bringing it back into the Panther zone. Goes for that shot, the loose puck in the slot. Nice catch out of the air there by Skirpan. Again, keeping this a 3-0 game with no goals scored in the third. Again, we got the Huskies lining up down here in the Panther zone, with Gonzalez taking the face-off against Werner. Gonzalez able to chip it into the corner. and pass over to Clement. Clement again receiving some pressure down deep in the corner. Passing, tries to go pass it in the slot, but Werner had a nice catch of the pass there and is able to get it out of the Husky zone. We got a 1-on-2 here. A shot on net, missing the net far to the right. Stack picks it up on the point, goes to shoot it to the net, and a great stop there by Porzondak. Dumping it back down deep into the Panthers zone for an icing against the Huskies. Putting the drop of the puck all the way back down in the Husky zone. Again, we still have Gonzalez here taking the face-off for the NIU Huskies against Werner. Puck's being dropped, stay inside. Nice win back there by Gonzalez over to Porzondak. Porzondak goes off the glass. A nice hit out of the air by Clement. The puck stays in the zone with a nice keep-in by Schmitz. Porzondak's able to chip it up the boards over to Colwell. Colwell to Gonzalez. A missed pass there puts it back into the possession of the Panthers, who dump it deep back into the Husky zone. Anderson passing behind the net over to Porzondak. Porzondak stepping out and passing it up to Wall. After another missed pass, puts it back in the stick of the Panthers, with Forner going back up the ice all the way back deep in the Husky zone for an icing. Putting again the drop of the puck all the way back down into the Panthers zone. We got 17:05 here remaining in the third period. And if you guys weren't here yesterday or weren't tuning in yesterday, we had Nick Madonia come up and talk about the Loving Leo Joseph Foundation. And if you haven't already yet, I encourage you to go type in lovingleojoseph.org where you can read the story and donate if you're able to. Until then, puck is dropped. We had Pierce flying through the center there, putting a loose puck in front of the net and getting stumped in the corner by the Panthers. Again, great keep in there by Evans, not letting it leave the Panthers zone. With, again, Pierce really fighting for it down there in the hash marks down in the Panthers zone. Pierce coming out on top, putting, again, into the slot, a loose puck. We have Pathana stepping out with a great shot, barely missing the net to the left. Then we got Cowles going off the boards, and a great step up there by Walney, keeping it in the Panthers zone. Again, puck gets passed over to Pierce, Pierce to Evans, and Evans with a missed shot going to the net left. Again, Pathana passing off the boards over to Walney, and Walney goes for a pass, barely missing the stick of Evans, putting it back in the possession of the Panthers. Forner barely, again, missing that puck, keeps the puck in the neutral zone, goes back into possession of the Huskies. Pathana getting a lot of pressure there, forcing the puck to go back in the zone of the Huskies, and Weitzel with a nice step up, getting it back into the neutral zone, but onto the sticks of the Panthers. Again, puck goes back deep into the Husky zone, onto the stick of Libitis. O'Connor is able to snag it off a little bit of the stick. Pass with Gilligan for a nice shot and a great save by Vucci. Abel pass up to Silpa for a one-touch pass across the ice. A nice step by Weitzel, but still in possession of the Huskies. Walney goes for a nice chip up over Evans' head, but Libitis is able to catch it out of the air there. Nice shot block by Marks. Geister receives the puck and, again, begins skating in the Panther zone for a great shot, missing the net high. A chip off the boards by the Huskies, puts on the stick of O'Connor, and Walney took a shot off the head, sitting on the bench. Almost hitting one of the coaches there on the Husky bench. But luckily, nobody is hurt. Again, we saw both Zach Bishop and Brad Stofers, the head and assistant coach, dodge that puck after deflecting off of Walney's head on the bench after the Panthers tried to dump it in deep. Gonzalez took the face off, was able to get into the Panthers zone, but into the Panthers possession. Abel, a quick deke there. And a hit by Gonzalez puts Abel into the boards, but for a delayed penalty and a penalty against the Huskies, giving the Huskies a penalty kill. I'm putting the Huskies down a one-man disadvantage. Again, puck's going to be dropped back down in the Husky zone with 14:59, just under 15 minutes here remaining in the third period. Got Martin taking the face off against Libitis. Puck is dropped and into the Panthers' possession. Foreigner bring the puck down deep into the Husky zone. Goes for a pass in front of the net with an empty net and a nice tie up there by Marks. Not letting the Panthers get that shot off. Again, we got that roughing penalty on Gonzalez with just a minute 40 left in that penalty. Martin really fighting for the puck up there on the Husky blue line, not letting the Panthers get possession of it. Pass into the slot and gets redirected behind the net into the Huskies' possession, and a nice play there. And we got another, seems like, delayed penalty on the Huskies. We got the Panthers bringing it out here, passing it up. And a blow of the whistle giving us another Husky penalty. We got a minute and 7 seconds here remaining on the Huskies' first penalty, giving us another one-man disadvantage, making us down 2 in total. We got Martin go to the bench for that roughing penalty as well. About 14:07 here remaining in the third period. Again, puck's being dropped back down in the Husky zone. Plana taking the face-off. Plana's able to win it back over to Porzondak, and Porzondak goes for that deep icing down the Panther zone. Got just a minute on the Huskies' first penalty. If the Huskies playing down 2 guys, we got a 3-on-5 right now. Abel goes for that deke, and a nice stop there by the Husky defense. Put it back down deep in the Panther zone. And Panthers begin their breakout with Loins bringing the puck into the Husky zone. Drops it back, and a nice pressure there by Evans down in the corner. Pass up to number 15 for the Panthers, and a shot on net, barely missing it to the right. Loin drops it back to Silpa. Silpa goes to that shot, whiffing the puck, put it into the corner. Again, a pass over from Abel to Silpa. Silpa again goes in for that shot. Sorry, backdoor pass, barely missing the stick of Abel. Again, we're back to 4-on-5 hockey with our Huskies killing off their first penalty. We got a whistle blown. It seems like we got Loins and Porzondak talking to each other a little bit, talking a little bit of smack there is the reason for the refs blowing the whistle. Again, we got Loins going to the box for the Panthers, and Porzondak going to the box for the Huskies. With 2 offsetting penalties, we still have 45 seconds on the Huskies penalty kill, with 12:52 remaining in the third period. Lebitis here taking the face-off down in the Husky zone against Gonzalez. Puck is dropped, and Gonzalez wins it over to March. Goes for a quick icing, and Foreigner is able to stop it. Bring it into the Husky zone. Goes in for that shot, missing the net to the right. Again, Lebitis is jumping up on the blue line. And a great step up there by Weitzel, getting it out of the Husky zone. And an icing right on net with Skirpan putting a glove on it, causing for another whistle. Again, we got just now 27 seconds remaining on the Husky penalty kill. Gonzalez here taking the face-off against Foreigner. Foreigner is able to win it back to O'Connor. And O'Connor passing it back to Lebitz. Lebitz does a one-touch pass. A nice intercept there by Clement. Takes the possession away from the Panthers. Panthers actually able to pick it back up, put it into the slot with O'Connor. Passing it to Larenko. Larenko goes for the shot. Nice shot block there by Gonzalez, forcing the puck to go out of the Husky zone. Again, Gonzalez, great one touch there, and we're back to 5-on-5 hockey after Huskies kill another penalty. Again, we got an icing right on net, so the icing's called off. And Vucci threw it over to Evans, but the ref blew the whistle a little preemptively there. We got just now 11:54 here remaining on the third period. And if you weren't tuned in earlier, I mentioned that yesterday we had Hunter Wall receive his 50th career point for the Huskies yesterday after his great goal. So shout out to him for that as well. Walney passing over to Evans, who drops it back up to Weitzel. Weitzel to Martin. Martin stepping back, pass it across the ice over to Walney. Walney carrying it in, tries to go through the feet. Unfortunately, it seems like he tripped over the puck. Drop into the ice. Goes back into the Panthers' possession. Panthers back in possession of the puck now. Chipping up the boards. We get a great step up there by Evans. And a nice keep in the zone. We got Werner flying through there. And is able to get it out of the Panthers zone, but into the possession of Gieske. Gieske passing across over to Walney. Walney passing the center over to Martin. Martin flying into the Panthers zone. And a great step up again there by Gieske, keeping it in the Panthers zone, not letting it leave. Gilligan picks up the puck behind the Panthers net, dropping it back over to Werner. Werner passing it back up to number 15 and goes for a very high pass. Looks like a lacrosse pass there in the air. Put it back in the Huskies' possession. Again, Panthers beginning the breakout out of their zone, passing it up, and Evans with a nice pass intercept there, carrying it back into the Panther zone. Quick pass back to Pierce. Pierce with a great shot and nice save by Skirpan. Abel picking up the puck, carrying it out and passing over to his partner there and receiving another pass back. We have Pathana with a great step up there, not letting Abel get to that puck down in the corner. Wall picking up the puck, bringing it behind the Husky net. And again, begins breaking it out and carrying it into the Panthers zone. Wall with a great shot, missing it high after it redirected off one of the Panthers' defense sticks there. Giving us, we got 10:04 here remaining in the third period. There seems to be a little bit of talk between Pathana and Lorenko. Bit of a disagreement there. Again, we get the puck being dropped down in the Panthers zone with Gonzalez taking the face-off against Abel. Colwell able to get the puck off the draw, pass back to Bry, who gets it back down deep. Panthers able to step up. And we got a couple, Gonzalez back checking here as the Panthers going for a 3-on-1. And a nice stop there by Marks, dropping down to the ice, not letting that pass go through. Bry's able to catch it in the slot and pass it up to Clement. Clement passing up to Colwell. Colwell goes in, goes for the shot, and a nice stop there by the Panthers defense. And again, great effort by Colwell going for that shot to take the hit to make a play. Stack putting a little bit of pressure on Clement down in the corner. And Clement comes out on top, goes for that pass over to Bry. Bry steps in, goes for a quick shot, nice save by Skirpan. Martin picking it up, passing it back to Bry. Bry over to Marks. Marks with a slap shot, barely missing the net to the left. Again, Clement swinging around, trying to shoot the puck, missing behind the net. Puts it up on the stick of Bry. Bry bringing it around the boards again. Puts it on the stick of Marks. Marks looking for that one-timer shot. Getting it back, keeping it in the Panther zone. The puck, unfortunately, leaves the Panther zone, but Huskies are still in possession. Martin goes for a pass off the boards on the stick of Kane. Lorenko picks the puck up at the corner, passing it back to Foreigner. Foreigner goes for a drag through the feet, and we got a great save by Vucci. And everyone seems to lose the puck in the field a little bit there, but the Huskies come out on top, and we got a penalty against the Huskies after a cross-check against Weissel. Giving us another Husky penalty kill. Hopefully the Huskies can kill off this one quickly. We got 8:32 remaining here in the third period. Again, we got Levitas here taking the face off against Gonzalez down in the Husky zone. The refs are seem to be moving the face-off spot. Outside of the zone, maybe? Oh, sorry. It seems as if we have a timeout. My apologies. Called by the Panthers. Thank you guys all for tuning in here with us. If you haven't already, go check out our website at niuicehockey.com where you can check out our latest game schedule. Like I said, unfortunately, this is our last home game of the season. So maybe, hopefully, you'll be able to go check out who we're playing and tune into their broadcast to watch your NIU Huskies. But following that, go check out our website for some swag, and you have the chance to buy some t-shirts and sweatshirts. Again, you got Alex Tatum behind the mic and Jake Piros behind the camera. And if you weren't here yesterday, I encourage you to go check out the Loving Leo Joseph Foundation. And we had Nick Madonia alumni come and talk a little bit about that and his experience and what happened. So if you haven't already, go check out the story on there where you can have an opportunity to donate as well. We got the Huskies over there dancing to the good music as they are in a good mood, and we are up by 3 goals right now, 3-0. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, forgot to switch to third period there on top of the broadcast. We are in the third period, again, like I said, with 8:32 remaining. Again, we got a packed stands here today for both teams, both the Huskies and the Panthers. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I found out that it seems we'd be having a bit of a problem with the Zamboni doors. Not actually a timeout there, but that's what's causing the delay in game. Again, tonight is our Husky senior night where we had the little pre-game show with the seniors and everything that went down, telling them about their major. We got a couple of seniors here we're celebrating tonight who started the game. We had Drake Gieske as our senior, wearing number 3 tonight. Nicholas Gonzalez wearing number 6. Hunter Wall wearing number 9. Hunter Pierce wearing number 18. Colin Bry wearing number 24. Randy Apter wearing number 43, and Austin Walney wearing number 86. So huge shout out to those seniors celebrating their last home game here with the Huskies and all that they have done to help us. Again, we got their parents again coming in from out of town. A couple out of town shout outs. We got Gieske's parents coming in from Minnesota. We got Jeff and Nikki Gieske and his brother Trevor come from Minnesota. We got Nicholas Gonzalez's family coming in all the way from California, Harbor City, California. Tonight, he is joined by his parents, Juan and Aaron Gonzalez, and his sister, Brianna. Hunter Wall's parents also coming from Michigan. Don and Carrie, his brother Logan, and his grandmother Cheryl are joining tonight from Michigan. Also from Hunter Pierce, his family and parents coming all the way from Fairbanks, Alaska. Bit of a flight there coming down from Alaska. And his parents joining us tonight are Troy and Joy Bry. We got Randy Apter coming in from Orland Park, a little bit closer, a little bit of a driving distance, but his parents are joining us here tonight. The names are Robert and Cynthia Apter. And last but not least, coming in from, again, Chesterfield, Michigan, we have Austin Walney's family, parents, Randy and Tina Walney. And on top of that, we have Luke Mark's dad in the house coming down from Minnesota. He made the 8-hour drive yesterday, and luckily, after all the snow and everything that has happened with that, everyone has made it safe and traveled safely. Again, we got a Husky penalty here starting hopefully pretty soon. We got a little bit of problem with the Zamboni doors over there.
Yeah.
And it seems like we got 2 refs over there and a couple of the Canlan Ice Arena workers there trying to fix it. I think it popped open there after one of the checks down in the Panther zone. But again, we had a lot of great shots here by the Huskies tonight. I know one of them we had Luke March coming in, flying in with a great pass from Hunter Pierce across the slot on a breakaway. That backdoor tap, and we also had Rodon Evans with that great deke coming in all the way from the Husky blue line. Great deke through one of the Panthers' defense legs and sneaking it right past the goalie's shoulder top shelf. Again, we got the music going. The box over there is trying to play some good music to keep the crowd involved, keep the crowd going. And keep the good moods flying. You got the Huskies over there stretching, keeping warm, and keeping flexible for the remainder of the game. It's kind of hard when you're taking a break like this mid-game. All right, tonight behind the camera, again, we got Jake Piros. He's going to come on, and as a backup goalie, he's going to see a whole different side of things on the ice. So he's going to come on the microphone and talk to you guys a little bit.
All right, what's up, everybody? Here we are tonight at Canlan Ice Arena, Saturday the 28th of January. Okay. You know, I'm going to shout out my goalie partner, Ben Vucci here. Been stellar so far this past game. He had some excellent redirection saves and playing the puck really well, too. I mean, also shout out the other goalie also. He's been making some stellar saves. Only let 3 so far. And, you know, just seeing a lot of good stuff out there. A few penalties. But, you know, Huskies have been doing a great job of killing the game, killing them off so far. And, yeah.
Again, we got everyone cheering as these Zamboni doors were fixed over there. The nice hard work by the Canlan Ice Arena workers and the refs coming over there to help. Hope you enjoyed Jake Piros talking a little bit about the game, what he saw so far. So thank you for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. And here we are about to get started again. We got 8:32 remaining in the third period. Score is 3-0 with the Huskies up, but we got Nick Gonzalez taking the face-off against Levitas. Gonzalez won the face-off back, but a nice dive there by Foreigner, keeping it in the Husky zone. Goes for a quick pass, a nice tip there by Gonzalez, putting it back in the Husky possession. Yeah, we saw Huskies with an icing as they do have a penalty kill right now. We got just a minute and 40 here remaining on the Husky penalty kill. And again, we got O'Connor dropping it back to Foreigner, bringing it up to Kane. Kane scanning it into the Husky zone. A nice stop there by Gonzalez, not letting it enter the Husky zone. Foreigner again trying to bring it in, and Clement comes through the center, and we got another penalty on the Huskies for hooking, putting the Huskies at a 2-man disadvantage. Again, we got 7:58 up on the clock, a minute 26 in the Huskies' first penalty. And we got Rodon Evans going to the box for a hooking call for a second penalty. We got a little bit of a party in the sin bin over there for the Huskies. You got a lot of guys coming in and out of there. We're racking up on the penalty minutes for the Huskies. As pucks would drop through drops, still again waiting for the people to throw it up on the scoreboard. Gonzalez here taking the face off against Levitas. And we got the buzzer tapped. Refs quickly blow the whistle, but it seemed to be an accident by the box over there. Seems to be having a couple of issues around the board. Again, we got Labita still taking the face off here against Gonzalez down in the Husky zone. The puck is dropped, and Panthers able to win that face-off with the Huskies being at a two-man disadvantage. Foreigner, she's a passing it back to O'Connor. O'Connor goes up for a shot. A nice shot block there by Gonzalez, knocking it back on the Foreigner stick. Foreigner passing it down to Lorenko. Lorenko back to Foreigner. Foreigner goes for that shot, and a nice save there by Gonzalez. That's about his fourth shot block so far this game. O'Connor gets the puck, passing it over to Foreigner. Foreigner goes in for another shot, and a nice save by Vucci, knocking it above the glass for another out-of-play whistle. Again, we seem to be having a little bit of box problems here. It's a running clock that never got stopped. And we got everyone yelling at the box over there to stop the clock. Hopefully we can get that reset pretty quickly here, as we already have been taking a lot of time so far this game. And we got Martin here taking the face-off against Abel down in the Husky zone stand side. And waiting for the box having a couple of problems here, resetting the time. We got the ref talking to the Panthers coach as well. Again, for your Huskies last senior night, we got the stands pretty packed for the Huskies. We're wrapping around the glass over there as long as the packed stands. A lot of people coming from out of town again, so if you're traveling right now or going to be, I encourage you to do so safely. Again, Martin taking the face-off against Abel. Abel wins the face-off back into the Panthers' possession. Silpa steps it in, goes for a shot, and it's redirected away from the net by the Husky defense. Yeah, we got Martin putting a lot of pressure down there in the corner, but Panthers come out on top. Silpa gets the puck up on the point, starting to walk it in, and passing it down and getting the pass right back. Abel. Pass over to Silpa. Silpa passing it back door to O'Connor. O'Connor goes for a shot and a nice save by Vucci. Vucci quickly covers over it. And Porzondek clearing the net. We saw a couple of thwacks on Vucci after he covered the puck. We have Porzondek clearing out the front of the net there, really protecting his goalie. That is what you like to see from a team. Again, we got 8 minutes remaining on the Huskies' first penalty, and 8 seconds remaining on the Huskies' first penalty, and 42 seconds remaining on the Huskies' second penalty, with 6:49 remaining in the third. Huskies again still down at that two-man disadvantage. Some 3-on-5 hockey here. Again, Panthers getting some fresh legs out here. Line it up in the Husky zone. Cathana's able to win the puck back over to Walney. Walney passed it over to Marks. Marks is able to go to that quick dump, but Panthers able to get a stick on it. And we are back to 4-on-5 hockey. The Panthers holding possession in the Husky zone. Levitas picking up the puck on the hash marks. Carrying over the top of the circle, pass for Lorenko. Lorenko goes to the shot, another great save by Vucci. Knocking it out of the slot as well, and another save by Vucci. Levitas picking it up again on the hash marks, putting a lot of pressure on Pathana. Pathana goes to that quick chip. And we have a penalty on the Panthers here after a slashing on Pathana. Again, making this 4-on-4 hockey for 2 seconds, and then we're going to go to a Husky power play. Hopefully this gives the Huskies another opportunity to sneak one in the net. Again, we got Lebitis going into the box for the other Panthers penalty. 2 minutes up on the clock. Again, puck's being dropped down in the Panther zone. And Gonzalez taking the face-off against Abel. Gonzalez able to chip the puck down in the corner. And we're back to 5-on-4 hockey, the Husky power play. We got a quick dump there by the Panthers, getting it back down deep into the Panther zone. Fucci stopping the puck behind the net for Walney. Walney carrying the puck at some speed down into the Panther zone. Stopping him top of the circle. Passing it across over to Porzondek, and a nice stick there by Cowles. Knocking it, intercepting the pass and knocking it out of the Panther zone. Again, Panthers getting the puck back in their own zone. Gilligan goes to dump it, and Walney with a nice catch of the puck. Great pressure there by Abel, but Huskies still stay in possession. Walney passing it over to Porzondek. Porzondek bringing it back up into the Panthers zone. Goes for a quick shot and a nice save by Skirpin. And another great icing by the Panthers, getting it out of their zone. And Walney holding it behind the Husky net and passing it up. Walney goes over to Evans. Evans bringing it into the Panther zone, goes for a toe drag. And a great stop there by Schmitz. Not letting that shot get through. Evans again picking it back up, passing it over Pathana. Pathana goes for a quick shot. And another Husky goal. Capitalizing on this power play. Again, Pathana with a great goal there. Sneaking it right by the goalie's glove. Making this a 4-0 game. For the Huskies. Again, another great play by the Huskies, really finishing off and capitalizing, playing really hard and crazy on their last home game and senior night. Yeah, we got Martin here taking the face-off at center ice against Lebitis. Weitzel, nice chip in down deep into the Panther zone. And Panthers start to break it out. Bringing it through center ice. And we got Silpaw coming into the Husky zone with some speed. Getting behind the net. And Stock tries to poke it in, and Martin flies through, able to knock it off his stick. Martin over to Gieske. Gieske with a shot, and another great save by Skirpan. Got a bit of a fight breaking out here. After Weitzel is knocked down after driving the net. Again, the Huskies waiting to see what's happening here, what the refs are going to call. Again, we got Weitzel going to the box for the Huskies. And we got the refs and the coaches trying to figure out what happened. We got Gieske with the roughing penalty right here. We got Evans talking to the ref, trying to get on the same page. And we got the crowd kind of going crazy right now. We got a couple of people arguing between the two teams. So sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear that yelling over me there. We got a Husky penalty kill down in the Husky zone with the Huskies up 4-0, leading this game. Lorenko passes the puck up over to O'Connor. O'Connor to Foreigner, and the puck leaves the zone after great pressure from Martin. Foreigner bringing the puck back on in his own zone, giving himself and his team a little bit more room and time to set up. Evans bringing it behind the Husky net, behind Vucci. Going off the glass, takes a weird bounce off the glass, put it in the slot. Another great save by Vucci. Keeps it in the Husky zone. O'Connor goes in for the shot. Another great save by Vucci for another whistle. We got 3:32 on the clock for the remainder of the third. Then we got Marks going to the box. Levitas here taking the face off. We got the Huskies down. A two-man disadvantage. Martin taking the face off again down in the Husky zone against Levitas. We still got the Huskies leading the game 4-0 right now. It's a two-man disadvantage. Panthers win the puck back to O'Connor. O'Connor gets the puck up on the point, passing it back down to his partner. Again, a great stop there by the Huskies with Clement poking it up the boards, and O'Connor with a nice keep. Lorenko bringing it back down up to Hashmarks of the game. Goes for a pass into the slot, and a nice save by Vucci. Again, Porzondek really fighting it down there in the corner. And a pass up to Lorenko. Lorenko passing across over to O'Connor. O'Connor steps in, goes to that shot. Nice stop there by Martin, not letting that puck go to the net. Get another shot blocked by Porzondek. And a great poke by Martin. Icing it all the way back down into the Panther zone, killing off the Husky penalty. And Panthers begin their breakout here with Sillipa pulling it down on the Panther zone. We got just 10 seconds here remaining on the Husky penalty. Nice chip out of the zone, getting it out of the Husky zone. Goes on the stick of Sillipa. Sillipa, a nice stop there by Evans, not letting the puck get by him. And again, leaving the Husky zone. We're passing the 2-minute mark left in the third period, with the Huskies leading the game 4-0. Cowles cutting through center ice, bringing it into the Husky zone, and chipping it behind the net. Walney ripping it around to Wall, and Wall chipping it off towards Gieske. Gieske getting it out of the Husky zone, and we got a penalty, another penalty here. Trying to figure out who it was against. Got a slashing penalty on Cowles for the Panthers, giving us a Husky power play at the minute 41 remaining here in the third period with 2 minutes up on the clock. Yeah, Nick Gonzalez here taking the face off against Abel down in the Panthers zone. Evans gets the pucks up on the point. Passing across over to Walney. Walney passing it back down to Wall. Wall goes and passes it to Gonzalez, but the ref got in the way a little bit there. Putting it back into the Panthers' possession. Got a 2-on-1 breaking out here. And a great save by Vucci. Putting the puck back on the stick of Walney. Walney passing it up to Gonzalez. Gonzalez over to Evans. Evans comes with a shot. And a nice save by Skirpan. And the puck again changes direction, goes back into the Husky zone. We got 1 minute remaining here in the third period for your Huskies' last home game this season. Again, Walney holding the puck down in the Husky zone with 48 seconds remaining, letting the Huskies set up a little bit more. Porzondek passing it behind the net over to Walney and back to Porzondek. Porzondek up to Martin. Martin over to Walney. Walney back to Porzondek, playing a little bit of keep away here for the last 30 seconds. And Walney back to Porzondek, keeping it down in the Husky zone. Porzondek up to Evans, and Evans comes with some speed into the Panther zone. Again, Panthers able to pick it off, and Isa Bry passing it back to Walney. We got 3 seconds here as the last couple seconds count down. And ladies and gentlemen, we got a Husky win and a Husky shutout with Ben Vucci. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in with us here today and for your Huskies' last home game of the season. Thank you guys who tuned in and supported us all season here. And thank you for everything, guys. Thank you for listening to my broadcast and tuning in. Again, I encourage you guys to go check out our website, check out who we're playing, and hopefully you'll be able to find the rest of the Husky broadcast via the other team. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, and have a great day and safe travels.